So I've been thinking about what really motivates me to be successful with this company, Symmetry Financial Group, that I've partnered up with, and I wanted to share my experience so far with them. Is they offer a system that makes it so as long as I'm willing to follow the system, I'll be successful. And what that means is they've done a great job at creating the system that at the from its very beginning to its very end, all the bugs are worked out, all the kinks are ironed out. All we have to do is plug into the system, and that essentially is making phone calls to set with the people who are interested in the products that we have sent the letters about, mortgage protection insurance or final expense coverage, and we call them and say, hey, give me your information, let me verify what you've written down, and let me come to your house and show you what you qualify for. And you get to go sit with the family and show them the products that we have to offer and what matches up with their needs. And so we're just advisors at that point. And I had an opportunity to sit with a client 3 weeks ago, and I sat with he and his wife in their kitchen, dining room table. I assessed their needs. She had plenty of coverage to do what they needed to. She was a stay-at-home mom. He worked 40, 50, 60 hours a week providing for the family. And he said, I want something to cover me in case something happens to me. And so, no problem. We can do that. And so I put a plan in place for them. So if something ever happened to him, their home would be taken care of, and his wife could stay home with the kids and live there. And even gave him a little extra, so they had some wiggle room. Last week I got the policy from the carrier, and I called him to deliver the policy, and I went to his house, knocked on his door, and he said, Ben, I have a couple things I need to change with that policy. Is that a big deal? I said, no, that's no problem. And he said, I have my wife set as the beneficiary, and she died last week. And I'm so grateful for you to coming to our home and talking about our needs and making sure that we had a plan for both of us. I never would have thought that my wife would be the one to go before me. I had no idea. She had some form of cancer that took her very, very quickly. She had stomach pain over the weekend. He said on Monday I was going to go take her to the hospital, and she collapsed on Monday afternoon. I was going to take her when I got off work. They life flighted her to the hospital, and she died that night. And he said, thank you for taking the time to sit with us, to assess our needs. And now I know that my kids have a plan for not just when their mother passes away, but when I am gone too. And so this is why we're in this business, to make sure that families can have a plan in case something happens to them. So I wanted to share a little story with you. This is what Symmetry Financial Group is all about, is investing in people and meeting their needs and sitting with them and making sure that they have a plan to protect their home or protect their lives. The plan is very simple. All we have to do is follow it. Now it's your turn to decide. Are you interested in joining us in the business?